I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and you're rich. Not doing a little better rich, but life-changing money. Maybe one of your investments finally went to the moon. Maybe a side hustle exploded. Maybe you got a massive inheritance. Or maybe, against all odds, you won the lottery. Believe it or not, a surprising number of people watching this video will experience one of these moments. Some of you have already won big, and a few more of you watching right now will do so in the future. So that's a good thing, right? Well, not exactly. Because when people get rich suddenly, they're actually more likely to lose friends, destroy family relationships, struggle with addiction, or end up divorced. And the reason is simple. Most people who get rich fast have never built wealth before, and they have absolutely no idea how to protect it. So today, I want to share the most important rule you must follow when you get rich. Tell no one. There's a popular joke online that goes, I won't tell anyone when I get rich, but there will be signs. Driving a Lamborghini, wearing designer clothes, or luxury vacations posted on Instagram. And if we're being honest with ourselves, there's probably a small part of you that wants that recognition. A part of you that wants the world, or at least your peers, to know you made it. But that desire is exactly what destroys people. Because the moment people know you have money, money stops being an asset and starts becoming a liability. This is why the smartest rich people practice what's called stealth wealth. They're rich, but you'd never know it. Some of the wealthiest people on the planet walk around in normal clothes, drive modest cars, and live in surprisingly average homes. Not because they can't afford more, but because privacy is protection. The moment you're visibly rich, you become a target. Targets get robbed. Targets get sued. Targets get scammed. Targets get emotionally drained by people asking for just a little help. Even professional athletes deal with this. There have been organized burglary rings targeting NFL players by simply checking game schedules, waiting until they're out of town, and robbing their homes. If strangers can do that to celebrities, imagine how easy it is to target someone who just got lucky with money and doesn't know how to protect themselves yet. And that brings us to a hard truth. Money doesn't change people, it reveals them. In 2002, a man named Jack Whittaker won $314 million in the Powerball lottery, the largest single-ticket win at the time. He didn't stay quiet. He gave away millions to strangers, bought houses and cars for friends, donated heavily to his church. On the surface, he seemed generous, kind, selfless. But behind the scenes, everything collapsed. His wife divorced him. Friends disappeared. His granddaughter, whom he spoiled with money, tragically died from an overdose. Later in life, Whittaker admitted that being too generous destroyed his family and his fortune. Another lottery winner, Billy Bob Harrell, won $31 million in the 1990s. He couldn't say no to people. 8 months later, his marriage collapsed. A few years after that, the money was gone. He once told his financial advisor, "Winning the lottery is the worst thing that ever happened to me." Attention didn't help them. Silence would have. If you get rich, the only person you should tell immediately is a good attorney, specifically one who specializes in trusts and estate planning. A proper trust can protect your identity, reduce taxes, prevent lawsuits, or even create distance between you and opportunists. Everyone else, they don't need to know. Not your coworkers, not distant relatives, not your social media followers. The less people know, the safer and happier your life will be. A lot of people say, don't quit your job. I actually disagree. If your job makes you miserable, quit it. But don't quit working. People who stop working completely often become bored. And bored rich people make terrible decisions. They start random businesses they don't understand. They buy restaurants and end up on kitchen nightmares. They spend money just to feel something. So keep your life as normal as possible for at least 6 months. Work, think, process. If you're working, you're not spending. Remember, being rich doesn't make debt harmless. Credit cards charging 20 to 30% interest will quietly destroy even large fortunes. Prioritize paying off your credit cards, high-interest personal loans, and expensive car loans. But mortgages are different. If your mortgage rate is low, say 2 or 3%, it may actually make more sense to invest instead of paying it off. Paying off high-interest debt is a guaranteed return, unlike investing. Think of it as resetting your financial life. This one hurts, but it matters. The fastest way to lose relationships is to lend money. Loans turn into resentment. Expectations turn into disappointment. If you want to help someone, give the money with no expectation of repayment. And make it clear it's a one-time thing. Remember, you are not anyone's emergency fund. Ironically, this boundary saves more relationships than unlimited generosity ever will. Most people who get rich still think like consumers. They see money in their account and immediately think about what they can buy. That's backwards. The golden rule is simple: never spend the principal, only spend the returns. Your money should be a tree that produces fruit every year, not firewood you burn once. And this is where your freedom number comes in. Figure out how much income you want per year. Multiply it by 25. Want $200,000 per year? You need about $5 million invested. The idea is that you live off the growth, not the pile itself. Once you're rich, the goal isn't getting rich faster. It's staying rich. That usually means diversified investments, such as broad stock market index funds, bonds for stability, real estate for appreciation and cash flow, or even a small allocation to higher risk assets if you understand them. The goal is simple: steady growth, minimal stress, and long-term freedom. If you do spend money, prioritize your health and longevity, comfort and convenience and meaningful experiences. And helping others quietly if you want. Luxury items lose their shine quickly. Experiences don't. True wealth isn't supercars or mansions. It's waking up and deciding how to spend your day. The richest people aren't loud. They're free. When you get rich, don't announce it, don't flex it, don't explain it. Protect your privacy. Protect your relationships. Protect your peace. Remember, tell no one. And if you want to learn how to actually build wealth the right way, subscribe to the channel. Because money is powerful, but only if you know how to control it. I'll see you in the next video.